ETV Africa News at this hour.
Governor George Natembeya is clear on record that he has been manhunted.
As the people of Mount Kenya and the youths from all over, we are saying that manhunting is illegal.
We are asking the regime to produce Rigathi Gachagua from wherever he is. William Ruto must serve a one-term. Thank you so much, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. We are gathered here as a section of youth leaders drawn from different parts of this country. And we want to make a statement on the recent outburst by government of Kenya, led by Kenya Kwanza regime, towards intimidating the opposition leaders and the targeted arrest and harassment of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya. Standing here before you as a delegation of young leaders, we strongly condemn the ongoing attempts by Kenya Kwanza regime, led by President William Samoei Ruto, to frustrate, intimidate, and harass the opposition leaders, particularly the Deputy President, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, and the Trans Nzoia Governor, Honorable George Natembeya. We want to say that the rising wave of political persecution, disguised as law enforcement, is not only primitive, but also cowardly and must be stopped. We want to remind President Ruto that this is a betrayal to our democracy and disrespect to the rule of law and the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Being warned that you should not think of rigging or trying to interfere with the elections of 2027 does not amount to a criminal offense, neither does it amount to treasonous issue. And therefore we want to remind the regime led by President that Honorable Rigathi Gachagua just raised an alarm that Kenyans should wake up and stay awoke towards the 2027 elections. That is because Kenya Kwanza regime has realized that they've lost touch with the ground and they are heading home. If not today, then tomorrow. We want to remind the President that if you intend to arrest Rigathi Gachagua and any leader from the opposition side, make it in a lawful order. Do not camp police officers at their houses, interfering with their personal and private issues and threatening their families. And if you feel that they must be arrested for talking or speaking on behalf of the entire 50 million Kenyans, then you should courageously explain to Kenyans or tell Kenyans in which police stations do you want them. And all Kenyans will gather there and deliver their leaders, because those are their voices. We want to remind the President that during your time as the Deputy President under the regime of President Uhuru Kenyatta, he did not at any time try to stop you from planning your political engagements and organizing your meetings. He did not threaten to arrest you, not even one time. And therefore we call upon your leadership to stop threatening the opposition and refrain from issuing intimidating actions towards the opposition leaders. We want to make it clear and remind the regime that the opposition wing does nothing but echoes the cries and the issues of 50 million Kenyans. And whatever the opposition is saying is just a reflection of what Kenyans are saying, and that is William Ruto must serve a one-term. The opposition is clear that Kenyans are tired, Kenyans are offended, Kenyans are intimidated, and Kenyans are frustrated by the cost of living, high taxation, unemployment among the youth, and drastically deteriorating education system. And that's why Kenyans in unison, led by the Gen Zs and young people of this country, have vowed to make President William Ruto a one-term president. We want to finish by saying that President William Ruto boasts as one of the people who have always made history. And he says that he made history as the first deputy president to rise to presidency. And on the same trajectory, we want to remind Your Excellency that you are going to make history as the first president in this country to serve one term. Finally, we want to remind Ruto and his regime that during your campaigns, you said, and I quote, "I will not use the police to intimidate political opponents." Those are your words. We want to remind you that this is the time to live by your words and make Kenyans believe in what you say, because anyway, everybody in this country have lost belief and trust in you. We want to finish by saying But Kenyan people will not be silenced. We will resist any tyranny in its form and remind all Kenyans that in 2022, electing Kenya Kwanza regime was the worst mistake that we did as a country, and we are not going to repeat it. Vijana power. Power. Vijana power. Power. One term. One term. One term. One term. Harambee. One term. Harambee. One term. Kenya Kwanza. One term. Kenya Kwanza. One term. Thank you so much. Unless there are some questions. Thank you so much. We are also concerned as Kenyans and citizens of this country. Yesterday we saw police officers masked and not easily identified camping in the homes of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And until now, we have not been able to understand where the former DP is up to now. We want to tell the government that as Kenyans of goodwill and concerned citizens, Gachagua is equally a Kenyan, like the president is, and he has his rights to live a peaceful and protected life. If by any chance the president and the regime feels that he made a mistake, they know the proper ways to conduct arrest. In fact, they can summon him and the people of Kenya will deliver him to whatever place they will have communicated. But until then, we are asking the regime to produce Rigathi Gachagua from wherever he is. Secondly, on the issue of arrest of George Natembeya, we want to make it clear that the EACC has a responsibility, and issues around county governments and devolution. This is a situation where we are putting Kenya Kwanza regime on a balance to see their goodwill towards devolution. The Governor George Natembeya is clear on record that he has been manhunted for standing for the people of Western and for standing for Kenyans at large on the issues on the issues that are affecting not only farmers but young people of this country as well. So we want to tell the Kenya Kwanza regime that intimidation, frustration, attacks will not scare anybody. And Gachagua is a man, Natembeya and Gachagua are men who have stood with the truth. And my colleagues here will confirm to you that these are leaders who have always called out President Ruto. And that is the reason why they are being manhunted. On the issue of Salassia, as young people, we want to say that the young people must be given a space in this country to express their alternative ideas as far as leadership is concerned. And therefore Salassia should be released immediately unless there is serious charges against him, which we have not seen until now. We demand that he be released immediately and let go free to his families and continue with his daily engagements. Vijana power. Power. One term. One term. Samoei. One term. William Ruto. One term.
Good afternoon, great people of Kenya. We are here as youths to echo on what is happening in our country, especially on manhunting of Gachagua, our legitimate DP. We want to say that we cannot live under the oppression of tyranny, and we should ensure that as youths, the people who are speaking on our behalf are protected, because that is our collective voice. And as the people of Mount Kenya and the youths from all over, we are saying that manhunting is illegal, and any charges should be pressed in a legitimate and legal way, and we should ensure that people are not living under any threat. What we saw yesterday, people being ferried by pickups to their destinations, is not only degrading human dignity, but reducing individuals who are fighting for our rights as animals. So we should ensure that these collective voices are heard, and we should ensure that they are protected. And as the youths, we say whoever is fighting for our rights and the rights of the Kenyan people should be upheld and protected by the state. Vijana power.
One term.
One term.
One term.
Samoei Ruto.
One term.
ETV Africa News at this hour.